Good morning, everybody. This is Willie with Legacy Discoveries, and I'm like, for those of you who keep asking me, where are the tracks? Where are the tracks at? And stuff, like, you got plenty of snow, where's the tracks? The snow is concrete, you guys. Like, it's hard as the asphalt right now. I can walk directly on top of it without scratching it. We're sitting at -4 degrees today. I mean, there ain't gonna be any tracks. And on the times that there should be tracks, I have no idea. I haven't the slightest clue as to how they're doing it. And I mean, there's only theory to follow it, and it goes in suit with the Native American folklore and legend and stuff, that they keep one foot in the spirit world and one foot in the physical world and are mediators of the two. So basically, they act as a catalyst of balance, is what I've been theorizing, basically. So, like, anytime that there's something out of whack, out of balance and stuff, then they're going to be the ones to show up and kind of, I guess, sort of fix things. And this is, again, coinciding with the folklore and legends of Native Americans and stuff, because, I mean, for a lot of, like, the southern tribes and whatnot, they look at Sasquatch as more of like a troll, of like a kind of like a bad omen or something, like something's wrong and that's why they're here and stuff. So still kind of in the same sense. Okay, that's not me. It's cold enough that radiators are freezing, and I smelt radiator fluid, but my temperature's looking fine on my engine here. I let it run for about half an hour before driving. But anyways, back to Sasquatch. While the northern tribes, they see them as like kind of like a guardian of the earth or guardian of the forest and stuff. So again, kind of like a catalyst for balance and stuff. So this is really the only, I mean, it's a dead end, because there's no way I can prove this. There's no way that I can prove this, or even have not come up with any way to test it either. So that makes things a little difficult for me, but it's fun to theorize. It's fun to explore the rabbit hole and bounce ideas off of people. So this is the idea. So anyways, we are starting to reach into February now, the coldest month of the year for us, at least. And we're already into the negatives, and usually we're not into the negatives until the end of February. So I'm actually anticipating a very long winter this year, but so far it's very dry. So I'm not sure what this entails for the forest people. I'm not sure if this is going to mean that they're going to stay gone longer, because the majority of those that actually visit us are siblings. They're 5 children, and then we've had 3 different adults pop in too to say hi, with Braids being our most common visitor. But I'm not even sure if Braids is still around. I have no way of telling who's leaving the glyphs unless they leave their handprint or their footprint, and Braids has been pretty good about doing that for us, considering that he's left his handprint for us on many occasions, actually. And then he answered our question directly, asking who left the footprint, And instead of trying to give us like a glyph for his name and stuff, he literally drew out a picture of himself, a self-portrait, and made it out of sticks and stones and stuff. Even giving himself a button nose for his nose and stuff, but it was a stone though. It wasn't actually a button, but it was still something. Like, it was shocking to me, because that told me, it was like, okay, he understood the question right there 100% and answered it to the best of his ability, and the only way that he knew how to do that was to draw a picture of himself, which was really, really neat. And then 2 years ago, on the chalkboard and stuff, like, I drew a little stick figure family holding hands with a stick figure Sasquatch, one that was just much taller than the rest of us. And then they went ahead and they drew their own stick figure Sasquatch that was even much larger than the one that we had drawn on the board too. So they're very artistic, actually, which is really cool, because art is a form of, it's an expression. It's an expression of emotion is what it is. And that's why it's fascinating to me, because there are very, very few animals out there in the animal kingdom that actually go out of their way to create art and stuff. So this already puts them well above the rest and more into the same paragraph as we are and stuff, not only with the art, but documenting the human emotion and their language and stuff. Like, it's what we have learned so far is very, very impressive and very incredible. So I'm very happy with what we have so far, and I'm only just that much more excited to learn what's coming next. So with the glyph that they left us a couple of days ago, I think it's safe to assume that they're not going anywhere. So here's to a whole new year of excitement and see what they have in store for us. So God bless you guys. Stay squatchy. Thank you so much for tagging along and joining my search for the truth. So take care, guys.